What's up, guys? It is October 5th. It's Thursday. It's 3:21 p.m. And this is going to be like a mix between a brief crypto market update and a newsletter. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment. On the left side, we got Bitcoin. On the right side, we got the dollar. The dollar right now, if we go to the one-day chart, keeps chugging along on that trend line. But you see what I'm seeing? You see what I'm seeing? Vertical yellow sell now. Confirmation is coming, but we got to wait for the candle close in 3 hours and 38 minutes. Massive. Absolutely massive. Because you can see here, when we saw the vertical blue buy now come in, that was what started this whole uptrend in the dollar back July 24th. And then looking back to October of 2022, we had our sell warning here come in, and then when the one-day sell now came in October 3rd, we then had a substantial move down. Then we had a failed kind of rally back up, but ultimately that's what called our top back here, and then we slammed down until we had our buy signal. Now we have another sell. So the dollar, it's getting close for that momentum to curl over, and maybe we can have a brief pullback here. So that's the dollar, massive. Let's look at the bond yields real quick, because if we go to the one-day chart for that, it's likely we're flashing a sell now on there too. So not quite yet for the bond yields, but we have two sell warnings on the one-day chart, and we have that two-day sell warning, just like over there on the dollar, we have a two-day sell warning as well. Yep, we got the sell warning there on the two-day, and that one-day sell now coming in is going to spill over into the two-day. Hopefully we can see the two-day sell now flash soon, like this week. Then with the bond yields, we have that two-day sell warning. I wonder if we got a three-day yet. And we got a three-day sell warning. Give me a break. So then let's go to the four-day chart and a four-day sell warning. Let's look at the five-day. Okay, well, we got a four-day, three-day, two-day, one-day sell warning. That's big. So we're looking for that one-day sell now signal to come in, and likely we're going to have a pullback in the bond yield. Same with the dollar. Then if we go to Bitcoin on the left side, let me stretch this over. We're hanging up all right. So we have this kind of micro trend line that we've been holding that support on this wick down earlier. And really we need to press back up above 27,650 and really ideally back above 28K, like 28.3K. So we can reclaim that one day 200 moving average there at 28K flat. We need to have candle closes above it, to have a trampoline move up. So that's where we need to get above 28K, 28.2K, hold that support, candle closes above it. And then where we really need to hold is if we pull back down is 26,500. We can have a wick down, but the candle close body is that the candles need to be above that level. So that's what I'm watching right there. And we have some fear in the market signified by this yellow, like we did back here in August when we had that drop. And if we go to that three-day chart, we have that three-day buy now signal that flashed. If we go to the five-day chart, we have a five-day warning. If we can have that buy now signal flash with the stock RSI crossing up here in the TSI, we could have a bigger move up here. But we do have that resistance at like 28K, 28.3K that we need to get above. And then as you can see here on the five-day chart, that 50 moving average, which held that support, then resistance, that's why we want to hold that 27K flat level. We're wedging right now, because then you have the 21 moving average right here as well too. A lot of things coinciding right now. So we're, like this, and we're about to make a decision this week. So then let's go to the stock market. It's still maintaining, it's hanging on by a thread, but it's maintaining. And then we're close to flashing a one-day buy now signal, maybe in a couple of days if we can have a little bit of a push up. And then the total crypto market cap is holding up fine at the moment. If we go to the one-day chart, we want to definitely maintain above 1.053 trillion. If we drop lower, 1.03 trillion is the level that we need to hold, because we have that 50 moving average coming down, which will likely coincide with the 786. We got rejected by this 786 up here. If we do come down, this 1.03 trillion is the level we need to hold for more upside. All right, so that's a little general market update. But now let's go into some of the news that dropped very late last night and today, because there is some massive news from the BIS. They're on fire lately. So I'm going to pull that up right now. So one of the massive news was this Project Mandala announced by the BIS. BIS Innovation and partners today launched Project Mandala, which seeks to prove the feasibility of encoding policy and regulatory requirements into a common protocol for cross-border use cases. So let's click on this, and that's in partnership with like Monetary Authority of Singapore and a couple others, like the Reserve Bank of Australia, Bank of Korea, Central Bank of Malaysia, and the BIS Singapore Center. Keep in mind, Ripple, like what timing? That Ripple just got that like approval to operate as like let me pull that up. Yeah, Ripple attains full license to operate in Singapore as it expands in Asia Pacific 2 days ago, and then this is announced by the BIS. And they've been headquartered since 2017 there. So if we go down, they have a full license now. Ripple will continue to provide regulated crypto payment services in Singapore. So there we go. And then if we go back to the Project Mandala explores the feasibility of encoding jurisdiction-specific policy and regulatory requirements into a common protocol for cross-border use cases such as foreign direct investment, borrowing, and payments. Disparate policy and regulatory frameworks between different jurisdictions are among the chief obstacles to smooth and efficient cross-border payments. They contribute to the regulatory compliance burden across the payment chain, increase the time for cross-border transactions, and introduce uncertainties among stakeholders. So they're seeking to ease the policy and regulatory compliance burden by automating compliance procedures, providing real-time transaction monitoring, and increasing transparency and visibility around country-specific policies. Then if we go down here, in doing so, it aims to address key challenges identified during Project Dunbar, which developed an experimental multiple central bank digital currency platform. The envisioned compliance by design architecture could enable a more efficient cross-border transfer of any digital asset, including CBDC and tokenized deposits. It could also serve as the foundational compliance layer for legacy and nascent wholesale or retail payment systems. Project Mandala aligns with the Financial Stability Board 2023 priority actions for achieving the G20 targets for enhancing cross-border payments in the area promoting an efficient legal, regulatory, and supervisory environment for cross-border payments while maintaining their safety, security, and integrity. Which, just massive news. They have released so many things over the past couple of weeks now, it's hard to keep count. But this has been ongoing for years now, and it seems like we're getting closer and closer and closer towards the end goal, which is the holy grail of cross-border payments. So if we go down here, Hong Kong Stock Exchange levels up with smart contracts for swift settlements. So they are replacing their current infrastructure for the stock exchange to speed up settlements for equities. Everything will be tokenized, and that's going to enable instant settlement of all assets. And then October 4th to October 5th, so this is today, the Basel Committee agreed to consult on crypto asset and climate disclosures approved by the annual GSIB assessment and publish its report into the banking turmoil of early 2023. So that's a new thing from the BIS as well too. This was today. And yeah, the risks and vulnerabilities to the global banking system. And let's go down here. So globally important banks, climate related. Yeah. So they're going to publish a paper on the proposed framework by November. And then ISO, another big bang in November as well too. So they're gearing up, they're getting ready to do this. And if we go to, and I'm pretty sure the Basel IV standards are going to be set in place January of 2024. And then a couple other key things. The EU plans for wholesale digital euro out within weeks, the French central bank says. And then also, in case no one has noticed, the U.S. national debt has risen by $444 billion in the past 2 weeks. At this pace, the U.S. would be adding $11 trillion per year to the national debt. Something is clearly going wrong. A sovereign debt and U.S. dollar crisis can't be too far away. That's what it feels like. Then he said again, Peter Schiff, if bond yields keep rising at the current pace, we are weeks away from a second, far larger wave of bank failures. That would result in the biggest QE program yet to finance the biggest bank bailout. The only way to avert the crisis for the Fed to take action before it starts, meaning now. And based off that, so there needs to be a crisis for them to, rev up the money printers again. And let me go back to the Discord because Larry Fink was in here saying this. So Larry Fink's given the game on stimmies in the J curve that'll create growth. This next bull run will be a currency printing run. So let's hear this.
There's so many job needs. States we've had close to $1 trillion of fiscal stimulus just beginning its J curve. These are huge job creators. And at the same time, we have restricted immigration And as a result of it, we see more wage pressure. So at what cost? We have in the United States a very protracted strike between the auto workers and the auto companies. It has been reported that the union is asking for a 40% increase. So at what cost? In the long run, what does that mean for jobs? More jobs move. There's so many job needs. And in the United States.
So there we go. We're nearing that moment. And then also, too, we have ex-BlackRock director says SEC will approve a Bitcoin ETF in 3 to 6 months. Max 100 days, folks. I keep saying it, but it's so true. And then we have this, which comes out later today. We'll be joining today's payments webinar to discuss the ways that blockchain can fill major gaps in the global payment system, locking blockchain's value within global payments infrastructure. That's a webinar going on. There's going to be some gold nuggets in there. Then FedNow services surpass 100 participants since July launch. Then if we go down just a little bit more, we have Ripple. We are honored to announce that Ripple has been recognized by Juniper Research in their prestigious Future Digital Awards for FinTech and Payments 2023. They got a Sustainability and FinTech Innovation of the Year Award and Platinum Award for CBDC Innovation. Then I saw something about how someone from Ripple was saying that in the next couple of months, within a couple of months, like 40 countries would launch their CBDC on the XRP ledger. I will have to save that for another video to find it, and I'll make that like a CBDC progress of 2023 type video because I don't know where it's at right now. A lot of things happening, a lot of things going on, but that's for sure. So things are heating up. Join the Discord, link is in the bio. That was a little brief market update. That's what we're looking for. Those are the levels we need to hold. And then also, too, massive news with Project Mandala, then the Ripple license in Singapore as well, too. The Basel standards and proposals that's happening, the framework for November, along with ISO going live in November as well. And then this is going to have some gold nuggets, as well as Larry Fink saying the next, we're just getting started on the J curve of the money printer going BERT. And then also Peter Schiff saying we're weeks away from a debt crisis here. And then also too, like you can see it for yourself. I remember it was like not even a couple of weeks ago where the national debt hit 33 trillion. We're on track to hit 34 pretty soon. Something's going on. Something smells fishy. Things are about to break. Something needs to happen. So definitely get in the Discord, link is in the bio because we're all tracking in there. We're staying on top of it. So I will see you guys over there and in the next video.